Hello, in this video we'll try to learn synthetic division. Okay, in the last video we learned long division. So in the long division, what we did, we basically divide two polynomial. One is our first polynomial fx, which is a polynomial, right? And also my divisor also a polynomial. Okay, so we divided two polynomial for my long division. All right, so let us see for the synthetic division. Of course, I'm going to divide a polynomial which is fx could be any polynomial of any degree, but this time I'm going to divide fx by a quantity called x minus a type. All right, so what is x minus a type? Let's say it could be x plus 5. So what is x plus 5? X plus 5 I can represent how? X minus 5. So this is actually what? X minus a type. In this case my a is -5. All right, so this is one example. Or if I have x minus 2, which is also x minus a type, and in this case my a equals 2, which is very simple. Or like, let's say if I say x plus 3, how I can write x plus 3? So x minus 3. So this is also a x minus a type. So here my a is -3. All right, so so in a nutshell, I can divide a polynomial by what? X minus a type. So that is only for synthetic division. All right, so let us solve a problem. If we solve a problem, then it is going to be more clear for us. Okay, so let's take a problem. So first of all, I am going to divide. So what is my problem statement? I'm going to divide 2x power 4 plus 5x minus 3x square minus 63, and I'm going to divide this polynomial by what? X plus 3. So that is my problem statement. All right, so I need to find quotient and remainder. Okay, so let's follow each step one by one, like like a long division. If you notice what I have in my first step, I arrange the term in descending order, and in the second step I insert the missing term here. Okay, so that's what I did for step number 1 and 2 for long division. So exactly same for the synthetic division. I have to write down my this fx in descending order. So if I want to write this in descending order, so what I have 2x power 4, and then what is the next term? -3x square. So -3x square, and then what is the next term? +5x, and then -63. So I have written my all the term in descending order. And then what is step number 2? I need to insert the missing terms. So here you go. Here I have x power 4, and here I have x square. So that means what? X cube is missing. So how I am going to insert that missing term? I'm going to plot +0 multiplied by x cube. So now I have inserted the missing term. Is there any other missing? X for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then constant. So there is nothing missing. So I am done with both the term. Now let's concentrate on x plus 3. How I need to express x plus 3 into x minus a type. Okay, remember that. So how I'm going to write x plus 3? I'm going to write it x minus 3. So that is my x plus 3. So what is my a then? My a is -3. Okay, so that is the bottom line from my divisor. Okay, now that is very important. Okay, what I am going to do is I am going to write only the coefficient of my that dividend. Okay, so what are the coefficient? First of all, for the coefficient I have 2, so let me write down 2 in very big. Then what is the coefficient of x cube? 0, so I'm going to write down 0 here. Then what is the coefficient of x square? -3, I'm going to write down -3 here. And what is the coefficient of x? +5, I'm going to write down +5 here. And then I'm going to write down this -63. So I set up my problem, and then I am going to actually draw a box here, and then in that box I'm going to write down my a. What is my a? A equal to -3, so I'm going to write down a equals -3 here. Okay, all right, and then I am going to draw a horizontal line. All right, so I set up my problem. Now let's see one by one. Please pay special attention and see what I am doing. Okay, first of all, you see that to take down directly vertically that 2 here. Okay, without changing or doing anything, simply write down that 2. Okay, now let's multiply. So I am going to multiply this 2 by my a. What is my a? -3. So if I multiply 2 multiplied by -3 is what? -6. So let's write down -6 here. Okay, I am done with this step. Now what you do, you basically, so let me use another color. So now add 0 and -6. So if I add 0 and -6, what I get? -6. So I write down -6. All right, and then I am going to multiply that -6 by exactly my with a, which is -3. So -6 multiplied by -3 is what? +18. So let's write down +18 here. Okay, so I'm done with this step. Now let me use another color. So now what I do, I add -3 with +18. If I add these two, I get what? +15. All right, and then again I multiply +15 with that -a, which is -3. So what is +15 multiplied by -3 is what? -45. And then again I add +5 plus -45, it become what? -40. So I'm going to write down -40 here, and then I'm going to multiply that -40 by a, which is my -3. So -40 multiplied by -3 is +120. All right, so now let's add -63 +120, it is going to be 57. Okay, it is going to be 57. So this is 57 is my remainder. Okay, so 57 is my remainder. Now let's see what is going to be my quotient. Okay, first of all, what is the highest term of my x? X power 4. Okay, highest term is what? X power 4, as you can see. All right, now so for the quotient I have what? 2. So I'm going to write 2x cube, and then -6 is -6, and then after x cube, what is my term? X square. Then what I have? +15. I'm going to write down +15 here. Then after x square I have x, and then I'm going to write down negative 40 here. Okay, so this is actually my quotient. So if I divide this polynomial by x plus 3, then I get quotient, which is 2x cube minus 6x square plus 15 negative 40, and my remainder is 57. So this is in a nutshell synthetic division. Okay, so as you can see how quickly we can perform a synthetic division. All right, so I am going to solve another problem for synthetic division. Okay, so let me do it. Okay, so let me write down the problem. So I am going to divide 2x power 4 negative 16x square plus x cube plus 18, and I need to divide this polynomial by x plus 2. Okay, so I need to find quotient and remainder. All right, so first of all, let's see what is my step number 1. My step number 1 is write down my dividend in descending order. So what is my highest power here? X power 4. So I'm going to write 2x power 4. And what is the next highest term? X cube. So positive x cube, and then what is the next highest term? X square. So negative 16x square, and then it is 18. So I'm going to write down positive 18 here. Okay, so that is my number second step. So what is going to be number second step is insert the missing term. So let's see if I have missing term: x power 4, x cube, x square, and then constant. So I am missing x, so I am going to write 0 multiplied by x. So I am inserting the missing term. So that is end of step number 2. Now let's focus on x plus 2. How I can write x plus 2? I can write x plus 2 as x minus minus 2. So this is of what? X minus a form. So what is my a here? My a is negative 2. Okay, so remember that. All right, so now let's set up our problem. So to set up our problem, I'm going to what? Write down this coefficient only. All right, so let's see. I have what here? 2. This is the coefficient of x power 4. What is the coefficient of x cube? 1. So 1. What is the coefficient of x square? Negative 16. So negative 16. What is the coefficient of x? 0. And then constant term is 18. Okay, so I have, and then I'm going to generate a little box here, and here I'm going to write down what? My a. What is my a? A is negative 2. So my a is negative 2 here. Okay, and then I'm going to draw a horizontal line. So I have set up my problem. Okay, so let's do one by one. So in the first step, I am going to take down the first number as it is downward. Okay, so I'm going to write down 2 here without doing anything. Okay, now what is the next step? I'm going to multiply 2. I'm going to multiply 2 using that a. What is my a? Negative 2. So if 2 multiplied by negative 2 is what? Negative 4. All right, and then I'm going to add. So what is 1 plus negative 4? It is negative 3. Then I'm going to multiply negative 3 by using same negative 2. So negative 3 multiplied by negative 2 is positive 6. Now if I add negative 16, positive 6 is what? Negative 10. Okay, again with negative 10 I'm going to multiply by a. My a is what? Negative 2. So negative 10 multiplied by negative 2 is negative 20. And then I am going to add 0 and negative 20. If I add it, it is going to be negative 20. And then multiply again by negative 2. I get what? A positive 40. And then no, sorry, negative 10 multiplied by negative 2 is actually positive 20. I am very sorry. And then 0 plus 20 is positive 20, and then positive 20 multiplied by negative 2 is going to be negative 40. All right, so now if I add this to positive 18, negative 40 is going to be negative 22. Okay, so this is going to be my remainder. Okay, so this is my remainder. And let's see what is the quotient. Okay, so first of all, what is the highest power of x? Highest power of x is x power 4. Okay, this is the highest power of x in the dividend. All right, so in the quotient, highest power of x will be x cube. Highest power of x will be x cube. So what is the coefficient? Coefficient will be 2. Okay, and then what is the next coefficient? Negative 3. So let's write down negative 3, and then after x cube it is going to be x square. Then what is the next coefficient? Negative 10. Negative 10, after x square it will be x, and then what is the constant? Positive 20. So this is my quotient. All right, so that's how we get remainder and quotient. So this is the second example of our synthetic division. Okay, so that will be end of synthetic division. So in the next video we'll try to learn remainder theory, factor theory, and do some problem. Okay, thank you.